Trevor Hutchings, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, just tell me about the Renewable Energy Association. What exactly do you do?
So we're one of the largest trade associations for the renewable energy sector in the UK, and we represent around 500 member companies, and we're advocating for a future built on renewable energy. And so our work involves being the voice of our members into government. We also run events, thought leadership, training, and other activities that really facilitate the move to renewable energy.
Okay, we saw recently that the last coal power station closed here in the UK. You must be very happy with that.
That is an amazing milestone. Now, look, clearly there are going to be impacts of that for the people working there, but this is about transitioning our whole economy and our electricity supply to renewable energy and removing coal, which was about 30% of our electricity only just a few years ago, removing that off the system to be replaced by clean energy, which in turn is very secure and is also generating new job opportunities and growth opportunities going forward.
Now, the country wants to be net zero by 2050. That's a big goal. How are we going to do it energy-wise? What would you say are the top things that we need to do at the moment?
Yeah, no, it's a massive goal. And I think we should first actually recognise how far that we have come. So today we're about less than 50% of the carbon emissions that we were in 1990. And the electricity coming into our homes and businesses today, 50% of that is from clean sources. So we've made some tremendous progress, but we've now got to get the job done and move to completely net zero by 2050. I think the main things that need to happen there is we need to stop burning fossil fuels. So we need to stop burning fossil fuels to generate our electricity and then move more of our economy onto that clean electricity. So no longer burning gas in our homes, moving from gas boilers to heat pumps and other clean sources, and removing the transport system from burning petrol and diesel and oils onto electricity and other clean sources of energy.
And can this be done?
It certainly can.
By 2050?
Because we are halfway there already. But the challenge is such that under the current policies and the current trajectory, we won't get there. So it's clear that with a new government coming in, they need to take some really firm action to make sure that we have the policies, the incentives and the plans in place that the economy can move to this clean future.
And you talk about a circular economy. Will that help?
So circular economy is a really important part of transitioning to a clean energy system and to net zero. At the moment, much of our economy is linear. So we dig up raw materials, we make them into stuff, we use that, and then we generally throw it away. In a circular economy model, we are using those raw materials in a much more circular way where they remain within the system for longer. We are recycling, we're reusing, we're repurposing the equipment that's made. And what's clear as we move to renewable energy, where more and more of our energy system is dependent on raw materials, on steel, critical minerals, that it will be important that we keep those within our supply chain and reuse them and recycle them going forward.
And the government has set up GB Energy. Will this make a big difference, or do you think it could be a bit of a gimmick?
No, GB Energy can have a key role to play. If it's investing in the clean energy transition, it can really add value by bringing a public stake into some of these new technologies that we need to get to net zero. And by the government investing in areas that perhaps the traditional investment community has been reticent to do so, that sends a clear message that there's confidence in these technologies and it can crowd in the support from the private sector and really get motoring.
Now, you need to power lots of industries. We have finance to transport to construction. Do you prioritise any of these?
Well, the shift to net zero actually is a challenge for every aspect of the economy. It's a system change. So whether it's the finance community that need to be really helping with green finance products and investing in the new technologies, whether it's insurance companies insuring the new asset classes that are coming forward, or whether it's actually just everyday businesses that are using energy, making sure that they're aware of where that's coming from, how they can reduce their energy consumption and how they can move forward in a net zero way.
You sound quite positive. You are?
I am very positive because I think a net zero future which is based largely on renewable energy is going to be a world where we are securing more interesting and secure jobs, where we have growth opportunities across the economy, where our international competitiveness is benefited, and importantly, of course, that we are securing our energy from homegrown energy supplies, and of course, we're bringing the cost down of that energy because renewables is the cheapest form of new energy that we can have on our system.
Okay, Trevor, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.